Alright, so we should be underway here. Welcome everybody to BRL Split 2. On the day of racing, we are here in Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. It is the home race for a lot of our drivers. Home race for myself and a lot of other guys. So always one that I look forward to. I am joined here today in the booth by the one and only Oldifer.
Hello, Adam. How are you?
I'm doing very good. I'm always looking forward to Monday. Always looking forward to do these. These Split 2 races are always nothing but a good time. So we are loading in here to the session. It looks like we have a pretty short grid today. Only 13 drivers able to make it this week. So not the full grid that we've seen in the past weeks, but no matter. We have a lot of good guys in here. Our championship winner for Split 2, Spot, is not in the session. So we'll see if anyone's going to join in the middle join in for the race. As of right now, we do have just 13 runners. A cloudy day here in Austin, so the weather's going to bring. We're now just getting started. The engine's firing up in the garage.
We got a Ferrari that's about to leave right now.
Track for today.
Have any of the drivers given you a weather report by chance?
I have not seen anything. Let me double check. It's looking like so right now. Looks like out on the softs. There's going to be rain. It's going to hold off for at least a little bit. It's very, very cloudy though. In the chat, not seeing anything as of yet. Wait and see. Good information up on screen for everybody.
Got quite a few cars coming out now. You got Blue Flag in the Ferrari. He's out. Girthquake is on his out lap in the Red Bull. Mitch has just left pit lane. Slingshot's coming out. We got quite a few drivers on track now looking to get some laps in here early in the session.
Looks like you said he's back. He was in the second place in the points for the majority of the season and missed a couple of races. He is here for Split 2, which is always a pleasure. He's got a lot of pace, so a lot of drivers out on track. Got guys going through second one. Pass it right hand. The sun peeking through the clouds a little bit, so hold off a little bit. On the softs.
One thing I'd like to show, you just mentioned it, we got a lot of guys out on the softs, but Girthquake, the guy who has been number 2 for a while and had to drop out, now he's back. He's on the hardest tire possible. So I'm wondering what his idea of today's race is going to be. Is he going to want to start on that tire, or is he out there just to get a feel for the track?
It's tough to say, and I think sometimes you have to, for me at least, I do like going out on the hards early on in the session just to kind of get a feel, see what the temperature looks like, see what the track is feeling. So, you very well might be just kind of going out for a feeler / banker lap. Come on board now, like he is in the softs. But it will be interesting to see what Girthquake does, what his strategy is going to be for this race. With only 13 runners, you have an opportunity to get at least a little bit of points. We're starting the lap now. Blue flag on that back straight away. Yellow flag one is submitted to the way. If you were getting underway there. Around here, Phantom's on a lap. The Renaults have had very, very strong pace in qualifying as of late, so we'll see what they can do today. Apparently coming leading us to 2. We're going to go on board with Blue Flag, though, and see what he's going to do. Lap time, back around Hassel, second right now. He's going to be our first driver on the board. Very easy to invalidate at many points in this track. ERS Open, no ERS left, but it's going to be a 132.9. Our first time on the board. At the top at the moment. 102.8 for sector 2. See his flyer. Henchman right there behind Phantom as well. Lap right now. And Jules goes to P2 on the mediums. Slingshot pumps it behind him, 135.8. Oh, sorry, 134.8. 2 seconds behind Slingshot softs. Phantom 133.7. Henchman 133.6. So good pace for the Mercedes. Mitch takes it away from Blue Flag with a 132.95.
Earthquake with a good time. He had quite a bit of tow going down the front straightaway and also the back straight. I'm not sure how much that may have hurt him following Mitch through the S's of Sector 1 and the technical section of Sector 3, but I'm sure he got quite a bit of a tow going down the straightaways, and that probably helped his lap. But looking at the screen right now, it looks like he's going for another one on the hard tire.
You can do that with the hards. It's kind of the benefit of that. But no, a really solid time. He's ahead of guys on the softs and the mediums. So currently sitting at a 134.2. Just going with the Renault's pace. Casitas rounds the final corner on the medium compound tires. Did across the line, and he actually looks like he invalidated because he backed out of it. His ERS is currently off. No DRS. So he's coming in. Method going through the S of Sector 1. A little bit wide there, not quite the ideal line. Stays in it though. Yellow Sector 2. Saving it. Lap. He's turned off his saving. Go for time on those mediums. Going out on the track. His car. Johnny. Well, Sonic has a monitor now.
Oh, Girthquake just smashed it into the wall right here at pit entry. He misjudged the braking point at pit entry and slammed the right front of that car in the wall.
He's going to have to sit on P5. Well, P5 right now, he's going to really have to sit on the 134.2 and on the hard compound tires. So, quite the development for a very, very quick racer. Girthquake out in qualifying in the pit lane entry.
Mitch just struggled to get in as well. I think he had to try to avoid the broken down Red Bull of Girthquake. I saw Mitch have to throw it in reverse and back up a little bit.
So that's one driver out in this qualifying session already. Got 11 minutes remaining. Still a lot of time for these drivers.
That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate.
It is, but at the same time, you know, I know Girthquake has a lot of pace. It won't surprise me to see him kind of cut it. It'll have to be, it'll be interesting to watch him race.
Yes, but now you also got to think about the mentality. You're a driver. I was a driver for a while. You know, we both know if you make a mistake like that in qualifying, that can really follow you through into the race and really mess with your head the entire race, especially when you're coming into pit entry.
Absolutely. I think it's tough like that, especially, you know, in the race or qualifying, you make that big mistake and it kind of puts you on the back foot. So definitely not ideal, but he's not out of this race. We're on board with Casitas. The sun is clearly shining, as you can see it. Very blinding.
Yes, it really has brightened up, hasn't it?
My goodness. You've got the racing line on. You're not really going to be able to see it there kind of that main straight.
Ooh, Lifty Winter's about to finish his lap. Ooh, we got a little loose there coming out of the final turn. It's going to be good enough for P5, 134.1. He's still got his ERS turned all the way up. I'm not sure if he's going for another lap or if he's just trying to get back to pit lane as fast as he can.
Have to wait to see what he's going to do.
Yeah, Mitch doing a good job moving out of the way and letting that driver on a possible fast lap through. GK Phantom just put in, or no, I'm sorry, McFaceface just ran a faster time on 3-lap old mediums. He's now in P4.
It's quite wide at the end of that uphill turn 1. Yeah, no, P4 for him, so it's a P4, P5 for the Renaults right now. Very good time. Medium's really the quickest medium runners. Turning down his ERS in the braking. Still hasn't turned off yet in the second. Also, I think he was just trying to get into the Bulls on a flyer. It's probably sitting D9 through sector. He's 6/10 down on his previous lap time, so we're going to move. Yellow flags in the sector too.
It's McFay's taste coming in. I think he's going to be out of fuel.
Does appear to be, does appear that way. Pack straight, he has run out of fuel.
I mean, hey, if you're trying to go for a fast lap, you got to have at least some kind of fuel possible, you know?
This is very true. Now Jules approaching very quickly, got to get out of the way.
Mitch has just started his hot lap. He's actually out on 7 mediums. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that whole time that he put in was on softs, wasn't it?
It was indeed. He has set that lap for 132.95 on softs.
Well, he was 2/10. He was just over 2/10, almost 3/10 slower in sector 1. He may just be out there trying to get a feel for these tires, which is something that I would honestly do. If I went out and set a very good fast lap on the softest tire, I'd come back out on a harder compound to get an idea on how my car's going to feel. And we got really loose there on the exit of the hairpin.
Jules improves pretty massively. It's a 133.8 on the soft, puts him up into P6. Behind the Renault GK Phantom. Like sector, you kind of move around here. Stuff on the roads. Apparently might be on an in lap, but he's just going to sector. Methods and Tazonic, both our two drivers yet to. Sadis just retired from the session. Not sure if he had an issue. There's a yellow
flags in sector 3.
He did the same thing. He did the same thing as Gregory.
He hit the pit lane entry?
On into the pit lane entry. On board there with the flag. You could see the stricken Renault in the entrance of the pit lane. Not at all what you want to see for these drivers. That is two drivers out in the pit lane.
That's the second time Mitch has come into pit lane with a car resting off driver's right with no right front. That is amazing.
What is amazing for the two drivers that have been caught out by it. But again, both those drivers a lot of pace, so I expect them to make up some places during the course of the race. We have about 6.5 minutes remaining here in qualifying. Methods, he has yet to set a time, as well as Tazonic. Methods out on the softs with Tazonic out on the mediums.
Using a lot of ERS staying in mode 5 down the straightaway. You'd normally expect to see somebody going into mode 4 for a long straightaway like that. Let's see how that pans out for his lap time.
It does seem like we have had a couple of drivers who are struggling to maintain that deployment all the way through the lap, kind of running out in these final couple of laps.
Yeah, this is one of those tracks where, when you're out on a hot lap, you've really got to manage your ERS here if you want to have an overall fast lap. You can leave it in hot lap and be fast through sector 1 and sector 2, but you're going to lose a good bit of time in sector 3. As you can see, his ERS deployment basically turned off before he even made it to the penultimate turn. So that shows you that he probably left it in hot lap the entire way around, engine mode 5 or ERS mode 5. Which, yes, you'll be very fast through sectors 1 and 2, but you're going to lose time in sector 3 unless you attempt to manage it.
Even then, with that, he did manage to pull out a 133.2. So, a good time for him there, still even losing some of that ERS deployment. Just 1 second.
Tazonic's currently out on a lap in his Red Bull. He's got his ERS turned all the way off, so I wonder if he may have had an issue at the beginning of this lap that caused him to turn it all down and try to cool everything back off to go for another run. See what he does here at the start-finish line. Is he going to turn it back up and go, or is he going to come in? Nope, he's coming in.
He's coming in. Oh, he's done!
Oh, my goodness!
Oh, I thought he was going to be done. Oh, no.
That has to be the luckiest slide I've ever seen into that wall. He didn't. I can't even tell if he got front wing damage.
I'm not even sure, but man, he came into there with some speed. I thought for sure we were going to see that wheel pop off.
I did too. I think he might have hit it just square enough. It's just enough that it didn't take that right front wheel assembly off.
Goodness me, some luck from there from Pizonic. We're now on board with blue flag. Is a little bit offline from sector 1. Another yellow flag in this third sector. Blue flag has improved very slightly on his previous lap time, but even that slight adjustment isn't enough to currently put him ahead of Mitch. He's going to need to keep improving through these final couple of sectors. Hard on the brakes here onto this back straightaway. DRS open. It's so interesting seeing it on the game. And then, I went and I actually attended the U.S. Grand Prix this year, and that back straightaway, there's so much elevation that you see it in the game, but when you see it in person, the amount of elevation those cars go up and down on that straightaway is it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's impressive to see this track in person. I've also seen it as well more than once, just on days where the track is open to the public and people bring their road cars to have fun. It's one of those tracks that the game does not justify the amount of elevation change. And we got another yellow flag in sector 1. I believe it's just for a slow car moving out of the way.
Let's check out the flag on hold of him. He's going to cross the line. DRS open, and it's going to be enough for provisional pole. 32.7, so he finds a good amount of time, about 2/10 there. So currently a little bit of a buffer between him and Mitch. He also has him on the on provisional pole. Here, Jules out right now, kind of backing out of it. Rhodes just retired from the session. Slingshot just retired from the session. That was in Sector 3, trying to see if there's any drivers in that area. Really like it. I don't know what's going on, but a couple of yellows in Sector 3. A lot of drivers get caught out right there. Slingshot, SF1, Rhodes both out of qualifying. Only 9 drivers remaining, with only about 1 minute and 50 seconds left to go.
And one driver that still has yet to post a time, Tizonic in the Red Bull. He's slowly creeping, getting his tires nice and warm. He's staying behind Mitch right now, thinking he's probably going to try to stay close enough. No, he's letting Mitch go to let Jules through. Perhaps he'll try to stay close enough to Jules to get himself a tow going through Sector 1. Nope, he's going to have Mitch back in front of him. Mitch pulled over to let Jules through, so nope, he's pulling off. I'm not quite sure.
Oh, Exia, 132.4, holy cow! And the Toro Rosso wasn't even on board with him. He found 2.9 seconds from his previous lap. Holy cow! 3/10 clear of P2. It's Exia who says, thank you very much. Don't mind if I do take this provisional pole from Blue Flag, but man, what a lap from him.
Mitch has just started his hot lap. He's coming through Sector 1 right now, making the right-hand turn, climbing the hill, making the left, making the right, another left. This section of the track is just so much fun to drive. Keep it hard on the curb, dive hard left. Let's see what he does through Sector 1.
But not a lot.
Yeah, he hasn't done much. Oh, we got a caution in the sector right here. We got a stopped car on the road right there.
Getting out of the way. Might be out of fuel, but it's still in Sector 2. Blue Flag's not going to have a chance to go out again. Only got 20 seconds remaining here in the session.
Mitch goes good and wide right there.
Jules not going to be able to send a lap time henchman. This will be a flyer, so he's going to be his last attempt. Now at the end of Sector 2, he has, again, only .024.
I don't think it's going to be enough.
Find a lot of pace in Sector 3.
I don't think you can find almost full tenths.
P3, 132.8. He might have just pushed Mitch out of P3.
Mitch is still pushing really hard. He's got that car turned all the way up, but he's about to run out of DRS right now.
Has lost the deployment. Going to see what's going to happen when he crosses the line on the brakes. I don't want to get as bit of an exit as possible.
Ooh,
very, very wide. And he gets it in P3. 132.80. So he gets whiffy by 6/100 of a second. Puts himself back in front, so he is going to be P3, and I do believe because Jules is not going to be completing another lap and everyone else has finished, it is Exia who's going to take pole position here at the Circuit of the Americas. It's going to be Blue Flag locking out that front row with him in the Ferrari. So 2 Scuderias, those different teams, front row. We're going to have Mitch in the Alpha P3, Whitney winner P4 in the Haas, so a very strong performance from him. He was retired from the session. I do believe that should end the session because everyone has completed. I think Exia. It's not was rounded out, but yeah, Withy winner P4, so a very good performance there from the Haas driver. Methods up in P5, Henchman P6. I want to say that's one of his best qualifying results of the season. Earthquake has gone down to P11, so even with a mistake in being on the hards, he will have a free choice of tire at the beginning of this race.
Tizonic was able to put a decent time in to get himself out of the bottom to get that one timed lap in that you need to have. He was able to run a 134 flat, so it's on the soft tire. He is in 10th, so we'll see what he does from here. It'll be interesting to see, honestly, to me, the pace that Girthquake has, what tire he chooses at the beginning. Will he choose a soft and try to go as fast as possible in the beginning, or will he choose a harder compound and try to make it last so that way he can go on the softs at the end?
That strategy is going to be, but that has concluded qualifying. So like we said, it is Exia who takes pole position by a pretty fair amount. 2/10 clear of blue flag, so a really, really strong performance there. Kind of came out of nowhere, didn't expect that one to pop up on the screen, but very, very quick time for the Toro Rosso. He's been quick all year, but a very solid lap for him.
Yes, it's good to see some colors at the front that aren't red and silver. It's good to see a blue car sitting on the pole. And the McLaren, everybody knows I'm a McLaren fan. It's good to see the McLaren of Methods up there in P5. I'm very eager to see what he does this race.
Got to be very happy as a McLaren fan at the conclusion of our actual season. Who would have thought them in P4 and Carlos Sainz clearly P6 above everybody else? It's pretty wild.
Oh, I'm very, very, very excited, especially for what 2021 will bring whenever they get the factory Mercedes engine. I cannot wait to see the improvements.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I cannot wait to see the improvements that will make to the McLaren team.
Well, I'm a Red Bull fanboy, so I'm hoping that Red Bull and Honda put some magic together in 2021.
They pulled some magic at the last race.
You're absolutely right, they did. Honestly, a highlight of me watching F1. I haven't been watching F1 for as long as a lot of these guys involved in this, but I started watching in 2018, really full time, I guess, and seeing Gasly outpace Hamilton, even though he had damage and they have a different setup in Brazil, but seeing the Toro Rosso really outdrag a Mercedes on that back straight was, if you would have told me that at the beginning of the season, I would have said you were crazy. So
I'd have called you a liar and told you to tell your mother to quit feeding you stupid juice, because it was just something you would have never thought would happen. Honda didn't have what it took to keep up with Mercedes in the straight line. But then just to see when they both cranked their engines all the way up, they cranked the ERS deployment all the way up, and they had a drag race to the finish line to watch the Honda beat out the Mercedes. It's probably one of the highlights of the season.
That was absolutely insane. I'm already counting down the taste of Melbourne in 2020. Even though it's really not going to be, I don't think it's going to be that much different from this past 2019 season. I'm ready for it. I'm ready to see more racing and see what's going to happen.
Well, we never know.
As of now, yeah.
What may happen during the off season? Ferrari may be able to find a 10th or so, and that'll really help them out as well. But enough talk about F1, and let's get back to Split 2 BRL. They're taking off right now for their formation lap. Everybody's going to go out and get their tires warmed up, get the brakes up into the temperature range, and bring them back to the starting grid, and we'll go lights out and have us some fun.
Looking through here, everyone's going to want to make sure that they actually stay in the formation lap. It seems like every race there's at least one person who finds themselves back on the grid, which is not, an ideal place to be from getting heat in the tires, heat in the brakes.
I'll tell you who's going to have to work very, very hard on heating those tires. That is Girthquake. He opted to start on the hard compound. He is going to, I guarantee you, he's going to try to take those all the way until he's in the window to slap on softs. And he is going to try to march his way through the field at the very end to try to get back up on the podium.
It's a strategy that, it works for some people, and it's tough depending on the track. I've said it on the stream before, with Deer Hunter. I think one of the races I was happiest with in our season 2 of Split 1 was China. After making a mistake in qualifying, I started on the hards, and it worked very, very well for me. So it's one of those things where the alternate strategy is always viable, and it's going to be interesting to see how he fares compared to everybody else, with the vast majority being on the softs and only a couple of drivers on the mediums.
It'll be fun to watch. I'm really rooting for him because I'm one of those guys that loves to run the alternate strategy. I know in BRL F1 Split 1, you know, I knew I wasn't fast enough to qualify high enough to really constitute putting on a soft tire. So I would always try to stay on the alternate strategy. And sometimes it would pan out, sometimes it wouldn't. But your race is so much fun knowing that you have to discipline yourself and work so much harder than many other drivers to make it go the way you want it to go, to take those tires as far as you need to take them and stay out of trouble and recognize where you need to be and when you need to be there. This is going to be a fun race to watch, especially with someone like Earthquake starting outside the top 10 on a hard tire to drive through to the front. I'm going to really be watching him.
I agree. We're now having Exia. He's pulling up to his front starting position. Interesting here that P2 is on the inside of turn 1, so he's going to have to get a really good start to avoid the Ferrari jumping him right off the start, similar to how Kimi jumped Hamilton at 2018. But the drivers are indeed lined up now. We are about to have the lights go on. They're turning on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And the lights are out. We're underway here. Split 2 in the Circuit of the Americas. It's a good start there from Exia. Up the hill, it's a great start from Blue Flag as well.
Whiffy winner up the
inside goes the Haas. Whiffy on the brakes. Contact there between the Ferrari and the McLaren.
There's got
rear ending going on there through turn 1. A little bit, actually not too bad. Exia comes off very well, but Whiffy winner had a flyer of a start up into P2. Methods P3, so a good start from them. Going through the first S's here, nice and clean. The McLaren's a little bit offline. Gonna go on. Oh, he's spinning. Methods is spun. He's in the middle of the track. Sonic comes by. He's gone to the very back of the pack, but contact was made. It's Methods down at the very end of the pack.
Big scramble down here. Big scramble. A lot of cars off track trying to make their way back on. Earthquake went off. That's unfortunate for him. He was up to 7th, and he must have had an issue right there on the hill climb because he was off right.
Not sure what happened there, but saw that Methods started to lose it through the S's. Super unfortunate there for him. He had qualified so well. The scramble. Oops, apologies here. Make sure I get all the information back up online. But, oh man, not the start that he was wanting.
Blue Flag down 10 positions now. Made his way up into turn 1 in a decent manner. He let Whiffy winner through on the inside, trying to stay out of what could have possibly been a horrible turn 1, and tried his best, but then ended up not going so well for him through sector 1. Unfortunate. He and Methods both down.
Yeah, super unfortunate there for him. Mitch has stayed P3. Exia has kept his lead so far. Whiffy winner, like I said, got a phenomenal start and jumped up into P2. So he's moved up places. Jules up into P4. SF1 Road started P12, and he's now up into P6. Henchman and Phantom go into the pits. Wouldn't it surprise me if I saw Methods go into the pits as well.
Yeah, I'm going to keep an eye here on
what
what they do in pit lane. Mercedes is getting a front wing change. The Renault's getting a front wing change. Soft tires going on for the Mercedes. And Blue Flag is getting on a set of hard compound tires. He may try to take those to the end. Tazonic flew on another set of softs. And Phantom, looks like he put on a set of mediums. So quite a few different ideas on what to do here. 4 different cars come in, 3 different strategies come out.
Be interesting to see how that's going to play out for them. And, you know, it is unfortunate to have to lose positions like that. You know, P9 to P13 is all drivers who lost positions, and Blue Flag came off the worst. He's down 11 spots. So Blue Flag and Methods, you know, dropping down positions. I didn't catch what happened to Blue Flag, but he dropped like a rock.
I think he got caught up in the issue. I think some guys were starting to check up in front of him. This is my best guess. Somebody had to have checked up in front of him, and he had to hit the brakes really hard or had to swerve to lose it to the point of where he was on track when I caught his onboard at the very end of it.
Super unfortunate there for him. It looked like a pretty clean start, and once we got through turn 1, I figured that we would be, you know, pretty free and clear, but not the case. It's through the S's. Some contact being made and drivers losing out. Methods and Earthquake just picked up 3-second time penalties for multiple warnings. on board with Mitch here. He's been kind of struggling for rear grip. He was getting some oversteer out of the hairpin that leads onto that back straight. But he's about 7/10 behind Whiffy Winner. Whiffy Winner 1.6 behind Exia. So Exia doing a very good job out in front, utilizing that clean air to his advantage. Mitch's tires seem warm. He's got it looks like he's sliding a fair amount, especially in the rear.
Yeah, you can even see it right
He's going to get DRS. DRS on Whiffy. He's an overtake. He is pushing to make a move down this back straight. He's approaching, but I'm not sure if he's going to be close enough. He's approaching very quick now into the braking zone.
He's going
up
for
the inside. He's going to
Whiffy
give plenty of space in the half.
respectful.
Good, clean racing from Whiffy. He's
Yeah.
now got the inside for this next corner. Going to give him just a little bit of a slight squeeze. Whiffy's now going to go a little wide through that corner. Now he's going to have the advantage. Mitch trying to take the outside line, so trading lines between these two drivers. Very good stuff.
Ooh,
now going to have the
they're
inside of
wheel
this
to wheel now.
long hander. Verstappen and Hamilton did this in 2018 as well. The outside line, not the ideal place to be, but he is going to stay very, very close. 1.5 or 0.15 behind him. Going to get DRS down to the second start-finish straight.
Yeah,
DRS is open. He's probably going to want to move defensive.
Right now, if he wants to make the pass now, he should have turned it up. He's going to have to stay behind him here and follow him through Sector 1, and that's not good for the car. That's going to get the brakes a little hotter. It's going to keep the tires hotter because you're going to have to put a lot more turning radius into it to make it through these corners just from the amount of downforce that you lose, even in the game, from following a car. It looks like Whiffy's a good way out in front of him, but trust me, it does bother you.
Oh,
just as a
3-second time
driver.
penalty.
To be honest, I think time penalties are going to be something that are going to be a concern coming into the race because there's a lot of guys that are having issues running wide right now.
I agree, and COTA is one of those. I think there's a couple of tracks in this game that really bite you in terms of corner cutting, and immediately the tracks that come to mind are Sochi, Circuit of the Americas, Brazil, France, all those tracks. But here you have to be cognizant of this. Now on that back straight with DRS, with overtake, he's not as close as he was in the previous lap, but he's not going to send it up the inside. So he's still behind Whiffy, about 2/10 behind. SF1 Rhodes is getting close to Vasitas. He's about within a second. So he should be in DRS range. Should he maintain this? Don't want to, keep the battle away from the midfield. Girthquake's up into P8. Blue flag still at the back of the pack. Back on board with Mitch here. 4/10 between him and the Haas. Well, meanwhile, Exia 2 seconds clear of Whiffy Winner, so he's doing exactly what he needs to be doing.
Ooh, he needs
A
to
little
turn
bit,
the ERS
almost
up and
got
go
very
for it
close
right
there.
here. I'm surprised
Under
that
the
he's
braking, you can
following.
see.
He's turned it
He's
all
turning
the way
off ERS, yeah.
Quite strange. To me, I'd be trying to make that move now. Get out in front of him and get away from the horrible turbulent air that you get from being behind another car.
Oh, almost looks like Whiffy a little bit, not a mistake there, but almost a little bit snappy through those S's. Mitch kind of closing in just a little bit on the Haas driver. He's got about 52% left on the charge. He's going to probably put it into overtake here and go for it yet again down the back straight. Methods picks up a 3-second time penalty. It's a
He
very
turned
good
it up.
corner
He
from
turned
Mitch.
it up. He's going for it.
He's close now already too.
Oh
Now
yeah,
gets
he
some
can get
slipstream.
it
He's
this
got the
time.
DRS.
He can get it this time.
If he's going to go defensive, he is not. He's going to stay on that outside line. He's going to give him plenty of space, making the move pretty easily. As Mitch does go past Whiffy. Whiffy saving up ERS though. He's turned it all the way off.
Well, see, now if you're Mitch, what you have to do, what you need to do is leave that thing in high and get away from him for about a lap and a half. Put some distance between you and that car behind you and try to run down Exia.
Oh, a little bit wide there. Not the optimal line there from Whiffy Winner. About 7/10 behind now. He is going to get the DRS to keep him a little bit close, but he made a mistake going through Sector 3.
We've got a battle heating up here for 4th, 5th, and 6th. We've got 3 cars you can cover with a blanket running down the front straightaway. They're just crossing the start-finish line. They're all within just over just over a second of each other. This could heat up to be something fun here pretty soon. As Mephaestes goes wide again, he's kind of struggling with going wide right there. I'm hoping that doesn't hurt him in the long run.
Yeah, and interesting to see too, Facetus and Rhodes, two of our drivers on the medium compound tires. So it'll be interesting to see how their pace holds up compared to the drivers in front out on those softs. We are on lap 6 of 28, so still a lot of racing left to go here.
Lap 6 of 28, and we already have a car that didn't come in that has now stopped. Methods has just gone in. He's bolted on the medium compound. And to be honest, I don't think you can take the medium compound to the end from here. I think that you would have had to have run those softs out a whole lot longer than that. It's been a long time since I've raced.
Here comes Whiffy. Not going to go for it. He turned up the ERS. He's got a lot of charge left.
Oh,
compared to Mitch. Mitch down at 22%. Oh, here you got battle for 5th hitting up.
Jules has the
Jules up the inside.
Right next to each other into this hard left-hander.
Lots of space. Oh, man,
good
what a move there for Facetus. He got
good respectful driving, but
great
Jules
exit out of there.
Facetus
run the outside a little bit wide. I think he's going to be able to hold him. Mitch gets the 3-second time penalty, and he has gotten ahead. Big Facetus up into P4. SF1 Road's right there behind. Jules goes a little bit wide on the arm board with the McLaren to get the best view possible.
Interesting to see.
For the racing point.
Are they going to go for it?
Not going to go for it.
Nope, it's not.
Oh, we've got trading here. A battle here between Whiffy and contact there between Whiffy and Mitch. The floor and the side pod of Whiffy kind of touched Mitch, and he has gotten past. He's in the P2. He's now in a very, very bad spot. Mitch kind of losing out now through the S's. Respectful there from P4 to P6, but man, contact there between Mitch and Whiffy. He's not going to be happy about that one. And Whiffy has a lot more charge to work with compared to Mitch.
Yeah, Whiffy's been sitting back there. I think that he's really been doing a better job at saving his rear tires. I mean, you can see Mitch is struggling at a lot of the slower corners getting back onto the loud pedal, and that's really going to hurt him over the long run.
Yeah, even looking at this back straight, he was so close in these past couple of laps, and now he's about 6/10 behind. Nowhere close enough to make a move, but we do have drivers close enough to make a move here. Facetus not going to really have to go defensive to worry about Jules. SF1 Roads right there behind him. Meanwhile, Exia out front, 3.5 seconds clear, so he is just smooth sailing right now in P1.
Yeah, he has checked out ever since turn 1, lap 1. He has said, I want to get away from all this chaos behind me and have some good fun this race being by myself. That's really the best race you can have when you're in P1 is to be by yourself.
Oh, we do have Mitch going into the pits here.
I'm going to stay with Mitch. We'll see what tires he bolts on. His crew has the medium compound. They're going with the medium compound tire, and he's out. He's away. Moving back down pit lane. Looks like he's going to exit.
From P8.
Yep, he's making his way up to turn 1 on these brand new medium tires. I'm sure they feel a lot better just out of that first turn getting on the accelerator than what those softs did.
It'll be interesting though. I mean, we're only on lap 8 of 28. That's still a long way to go in the mediums.
And to be honest, it's been so long since I've really done anything F1 wise. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if you can take them that far and be competitive at the end. This may turn into a 2-stop race for everybody.
We're gonna have to wait and see, but right now it's SF1 Roads getting up the outside of Jules there. He's gonna get them done into P4, kind of around the outside line, but he has gotten up into P4 on those medium compound tires. Probably starting to feel a whole lot better than the softs that Jules has on right now. Let's see if Rhodes
so right
make
now
up time on Facetus.
Well, Jules is on 7-lap-old softs. You can see him really struggling for grip in almost every corner. Even front end grip he's struggling with. I think he's going to come in. Yes, he is coming into pit lane now. And we have somebody in front of him too. Who's Whiffy Winner?
Yeah, it's Whiffy Winner.
See, Whiffy's going to bolt on the mediums as well. A lot of
Mediums.
guys going with mediums.
And it's
Jules is
mediums as
going
well
with
for Jules.
softs. Jules put on a set of softs.
Oh, you are correct. It was softs. So he's going for
So
a
he's
definite
definitely
two-stopper.
two-stopping. It makes you wonder, Jules is committing to a two-stop. When he came into pit lane, he was running right there with the top 5. So are all the top 5 guys going to commit to a two-stop? Or are we going to see somebody like BRL Exia come in a little later? I think if you were to try to push these softs out to about lap 11 to 12, you could really milk those mediums home from there. So it's going to be close, and I'm anxious to see what's going to happen here. Girthquake, however,
Going to be exciting to see.
He's in P5
P5
now. He's still on that hard compound he started on, I think. I don't think he stopped. Yeah, he hasn't made a stop yet. So he's still on that hard compound. He's about 3.5 seconds off the Slingshot. I've been keeping a close eye on his gap. He has been losing time to Slingshot. So Slingshot is on the soft compound. So we'll just have to see how this pans out between the two of them.
It's going to be interesting to see. And I think what's also interesting is that Exia, hasn't stopped. He is on the soft compound tires. Slingshot hasn't stopped either, and he's up at P4. So both those guys are on the starting tire, but Exia out in front is kind of almost gaining time on Facetas. You'd expect the mediums that he's on to really start coming to life here and start being able to take some time out, but the clean air proving very strong for Exia.
Well, if you watch Exia, I just watched him coming out of the penultimate turn. He turned his ERS down to 1, and then as soon as he came through the final turn and was getting back on the power, he went back up to ERS mode deployment 3. And then as soon as he came into the braking zone, it was like as soon as he touched the brake pedal, he was back in deployment 1. So he's really, really conserving this car, trying to get it to the end. I think he's going to try to take it in a one-stop.
It's going to be interesting to see what he's going to try and do. Still has plenty of pace, a little bit of time lost there from Facetas to Exia. He was about 4.6 seconds clear, now only about 4 seconds. So probably, he's definitely got to be feeling the wear on those softs. But SF1 Roads, only about 1.2 seconds behind Facetas.
Place. Blue flag is just past Tazonic in turn 1. Tazonic now all over the back of Blue flag coming through sector 1. It's a really hard technical section. You really don't want to follow a car through here. It really slows you down to follow. Yeah, he's going to lose time to Blue flag on those old tires.
Oh, here's Jules and Whiffy winner. Jules has a look up the inside but doesn't go for it. Going to go just a little bit wide to the exit of that turn. Whiffy winner stays and holds on to P7.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens between these two as well, because Jules is on the softer compound than Whiffy. So right now, Jules should technically be a little faster than Whiffy. So will he be able to make the pass and hold it or not? SF1 Roads just made a pass on the face taste as he is now coming into pit lane. I'm excited, all right? I can't help it. This is really exciting. And he's putting the soft compound on. There's no way you can go to the end from here on that. So Whiffy started on the mediums. He made it 10 laps. I don't know if anybody's going to be able to one-stop this race without going to the hard tires. So Girthquake's in an okay position since he started on the hard tire to make it to the end in a one-stop.
What we were saying beforehand, that alternate strategy, you never know how it's going to best work out, how the tires are going to look throughout the course of this race. So yeah, you said it, Girthquake is in a really good position right now, especially if everybody else is going to have to basically be forced into a two-stopper. If he can make that one-stop work, he should have a lot of pace as everyone else starts to kind of fall off.
Well, yeah, and look at Girthquake right now. He's made up a lot of time on. Something happened to Slingshot. Something's going on with Slingshot. He's lost a lot of time this lap. Last time I checked, Girthquake was almost 3 seconds behind him. Now he's a second and a half. So they're getting really close to each other somehow.
Oh, here goes Jules. Whiffy winner goes defensive and kind of holds off that outside, that inside line. Going to make Jules go around the outside. A lock
Jules
up there
had a
in the
little bit
front
of
left.
lock up.
Here, this is the closest battle on track. Facetas is very close.
Methods is making the pass on Henchman.
Got it, no problem. Back on board here with Facetas. The battle for P6 right now, very, very close between Whiffy, Jules, and Facetas right now as they go around Hass Hill. wide there for Jules. Picks up a
And he
3-second
picks up
time
the
penalty
time
because of it. Oh, a little bit late on the brakes there. Facetas gets very close to the rear wheels of Jules. That's another fastest lap. It's a 1:37.26. Girthquake up into P2 as Exia and Slingshot
Jules
goes
is
into the pits.
looking, and Facetas is going to try it around the outside. He's not going to.
He almost made that work.
And Exia's gone in. He came back out on the mediums. So I really honestly think that if he milks this car, he could make it to the end, because I don't think anybody else, other than maybe Girthquake, can make it on a one-stop. I think everybody else is going to have to pit again.
It's going to be really interesting to see. Speaking of, man, the battle for P4 really heating up right now. These drivers are all extremely close to one another.
And is it just me, or are they all catching Mitch?
It does seem that they are indeed catching Mitch little by little.
And Exia is catching all of them.
Yeah, he's right there behind. He's in
This is going to get
very
so
soon.
exciting. Somebody get me a beer.
Looking through here on the brakes there. No movement there so far. Exia on those fresh mediums have to be feeling very, very nice. Close here between Facetas and Jules.
Yeah, that Renault is all over the back of that racing point, trying to make a move somewhere. He's going to try to get a drive out of this corner to try to get a run and get close. I don't know.
Well, what's crazy now is that Whiffy's within a second almost of Mitch.
Yeah,
he is now within a second.
Yeah,
so we've got a DRS
3
train
tenths.
right now.
He's made up 3 tenths this lap on Mitch. Look at this train
DRS
coming down the
all
front
these drivers.
straightaway.
Up the hill they go. No movement. No one close enough to make a move.
Slingshot
So our
just
two,
came in. He has now come out. He fitted the medium tire, so he's going to try to go to the end from here, I'm sure of it. So that could put him in a good position too, because he's right behind Exia.
Almost looks like Facetas got a little bit of dirty air. He went a lot wider on the exit of that corner than he would have expected, but he's very, very close to that racing point. He has been all lap.
Yeah, I've said it before and I will say it again. You're probably going to hear me say it even more today, but following another car, especially a train of cars like what we have here that you can just literally cover under a blanket, is so hard on the car and so stressful to a driver going through a sector like Sector 1.
Man, look at Whiffy Winner. He is approaching Mitch extremely quick.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder what's going on with Mitch. He's got a good amount of ERS left. He hasn't really deployed much this lap. I'm just wondering if he's backing up to all these guys for a reason.
Yeah, but look at Whiffy. Whiffy has 84% charge compared to the 40% of Mitch, so he's got a lot of ERS left to make a big push to get onto the podium.
I think Whiffy might try something down the straightaway. McFace's picking up a 3-second time penalty, most likely going wide. Oh, he goes wide again. He's really pushing. Just set the new fastest lap of the race at 1:37.1. Waiting to see this battle between Whiffy and Mitch, round 3.
Yeah, but now Mitch is approaching Girthquake. He's within a second.
Yeah, they've made up about 9 tenths on Girthquake that one lap. With SF1 roads just clear of the entire field by 13 seconds, but I'm pretty sure he hasn't stopped yet. Correct me if I'm wrong. No, he has not stopped yet.
He has not.
So he is going to have to
Girthquake.
pit. But if he's taken these mediums so far into this race, the best thing that he can do for himself is probably to take them as far as he can and get within that pit window for softs.
Well, now it's interesting to see Whiffy Winner was going a lot quicker through that hairpin than Mitch was when Mitch was in the way, so it kind of held him up. Now he has to worry about Jules behind him in the racing point.
Oh, they've made up 4 tenths,
Facetas as
5
well.
tenths. They're right on the back of Girthquake now. This is a complete
an absolute train right now.
Look at this. I don't
Sector
even
3.
have to click a button to see all the cars. They're all in one TV shot. When do you ever see this?
Not in real life, that's for sure. Up the inside goes Facetas, almost tries to sneak up the inside of the Haas, but these drivers are all in a row. Follow the leader right now. Mitch is kind of almost going for it against Girthquake. Into the final couple of corners here at the end of Sector 3. Nice and clean for all of these drivers.
And there goes
Girthquake's going
Girthquake.
to go into the pits. There goes the battle for that, but now the Renault very close to Whiffy Winner.
Everybody
here
other
goes,
than Mitch is
Whiffy
gonna have
winner on Mitch.
DRS. Whiffy's going to try to move down to the inside for turn 1.
He's going to make it. He's going to
gonna
go for it.
make
He
it
gets
stick.
a very quick. Oh, no, he's
Oh,
not.
goodness,
Oh,
no.
what an exit from Mitch. My goodness, he came through there like a rocket ship with Mercedes. Now very close to the back end of the Haas.
Oh, Mitch better
Oh,
be proud
man.
of that Alfa
Whoa.
Romeo right
Quick
now.
through the S's. Big mistake there from Mercedes. He goes wide. He was approaching very, very quick behind him there.
Got Exia
Now,
right on the
SF1
back of
Rhodes
Jules now.
cruising out front. Interesting that Girthquake pitted before Rhodes did, and Rhodes on the mediums and Girthquake starting on the hards.
Well, you
So-
got to remember,
and Girthquake has
also
gone on the
had a big
softs.
spin. Girthquake had that
This
big
is true,
spin
you're
at
right.
the beginning of the race. We don't know how that really affected his tires. We don't know if he locked it down and flat spotted them, or did he light up the rears and was having issues. Exia is just sitting back here. He's trying to make a move on Jules. He's going to go down the inside this time. Brake really late. He's going to make that one stick. Mitch now right on the back of Whiffy winner. I missed where Whiffy passed him. Must have got him on the back straightaway, and we were too focused on Exia. Facetas in the Renault now all over the back of Mitch in his Alfa Romeo. Facetas catching Mitch. Mitch is looking like he's having an issue making that long right-hander. He's losing time throughout that corner almost every lap. Ooh, struggling with rear grip right there for Mitch and for Facetas. Don't think either of them are going to be close enough to do anything.
I think you're right. They're all close here. Oh, the inside goes the Renault. Trying to get it
my
done
goodness.
past Mitch, but that was a late move there. But now Facetas are on the outside. Facetas is actually going to get in front of them. Mitch loses the position from the beginning of Sector 1. Very unexpected. The Renault really dove it up the inside of Turn 1, and now Mitch makes a little mistake, and Exia's going to be right there behind him.
I'm not gonna
Exia
lie.
picks up a 3-second time penalty.
I think that Alfa Romeo might have damage. It seems to
tough
me
to tell.
It seems to me that it's just getting worse for Mitch. If you watch his onboard as he turns into a corner where you're carrying quite a bit of momentum, he's having issues turning. It just seems like the car doesn't have enough turn in, and then look, he doesn't have the drive off. Exia is going to run him down, I think. Yeah, Exia trying to run down Mitch. He's going to try to make a move.
He's
yes,
approaching
a late move
very,
to the
very
inside.
quick. Late on the brakes.
it's a
Very
brake
late on
fest.
the brakes. Oh, not a lot of
Mitch is
space
gonna
given
hold
there
on to it coming up here.
by Mitch.
Ooh, they touch wheels
Corners,
again.
touching tires again. Around the outside, he's going to have the optimal lineup into this next corner. I think he's going to get it done right here. Now he's going to have to worry about Mitch squeezing up the inside. A
there's
little bit of
a
contact
touch.
there between the front wing and the rear tire. Oh man, Exia and Mitch not giving each other any space at all. Holy cow, it's hard to catch your breath right now. Facetas only 6/10 there behind Whiffy.
In the words
13
of
seconds
Martin
clear
Brundle,
behind
settle
Rhodes.
down, boys. Ooh, Mitch picks up another time penalty. Let's start checking time penalties. We're getting close to the end of the race. Let's see here.
Facetas on P3 behind Whiffy. What really started all of that, it looked like, was that when Facetas kind of dove up the inside at turn 1, and Girthquake just put in the fastest lap of the race. Facetas just made a big mistake there through the S's.
Yeah, so as it stands right now, unfortunately for Mitch, if they were to finish the way they are right now, Mitch would actually fall back to 6th. Mitch has 9 seconds worth of time penalties. I believe Jules has 6, so that would still put Jules in front of him. Got a pass there for 7th. Girthquake just passed Slingshot
Yeah, got it on Slingshot.
in an unlikely
Battle
area,
here,
too.
Yeah, that was a very interesting spot to see a basket made. I was on board with Girthquake for that.
Exia is now catching up to the back of Facetas. Facetas in the Renault on the back of the Haas of Whiffy. Whiffy's got to be feeling the stress now. He's made his way back up. It's got to be running through his head now. Do I stay on these tires to the end, or do I need to try to make another stop? Do I need to slow my pace? Do I need to try and speed up? Exia now has DRS on the back of Facetas, but Facetas has it as well.
Rhodes in the pits. Jules and Rhodes exiting out now, so the effective race leader is Whiffy Winner, but Eggsy is going to want to get past these two drivers. He's got the newest tires of any of them. On lap 18 of 28, so still a good amount of time left here to go. Got to be careful not to make any mistakes. Facetis going wide to get through the S's and picks up a 3-second time penalty. He's been struggling there each lap. So now Eggsy is going to try to take advantage of that. See if he can get past him here, like where Earthquake was able to get past Slingshot.
You know, I'm really wondering how these drivers are feeling on their tires. Both those drivers, Jules and Rhodes, stopped at the exact same time just now. And Methods and McLaren with a big issue there through the Sector 1 S's. But they both came out on two different tires. Jules came out on a set of mediums, and Rhodes came out on a set of softs.
Facetis is all over the track. They're trying to move around different lines. Early on the brakes goes Whiffy Winner, kind of holds up the line of all three of them. Eggsy really wants to get past him. Facetis is not going down without a fight. Gets early on the brakes, and Eggsy gets very, very close to losing his front wing. It's a three-way battle right now for P1. Facetis pushing on Whiffy, Eggsy pushing on Facetis, and Mitch not far behind either of them.
To be honest, right now, if I was Eggsy, I might calm down a little bit because, you know, Facetis, yes, now, but he's on 7-lap-old softs. Eventually, those tires are going to give out a lot sooner than what Eggsia's will. Eggsia might want to tone it down just a bit, try to save his mediums for a little later.
It's tough. I know how competitive all these guys are, and calm down, not really in their dictionary. They're not.
Methods and Jules going side by side through the long right-hander before the penultimate turn. Jules gets the position but goes a little wide. Had a big snap of oversteer. Methods is going to have DRS, but he had a big issue there in the final turn. Not going to help him down the front straightaway.
And Eggsy is still so close there to Facetis.
Yeah, I was just about to say, meanwhile, Eggsy is still all over the back of Facetis. Right here, we saw an unlikely move from a driver earlier, but nobody is close enough. Looks like Whiffy's about to come up on some lap traffic. Here pretty soon, we're going to start having cars in the leader's way. Hopefully, everything will go okay, and they'll move over and let this race continue.
Here goes Rhodes on Mitch. No problem. Eggsy kind of backed off a little bit from Facetis there. SF1 Rhodes is up into P4 on brand new soft tires. He's going to have a wicked pace here.
Oh, I'm so happy. Come on, McLaren.
Oh, contact damage with Eggsy. Eggsy is going to spin behind the Renault.
Ooh, I saw carbon fiber.
On the brakes. He lost his front right end plate.
Oh,
he's now
goodness.
passed by Rhodes, and Mitch is right there. But man, Facetis not giving any quarter towards Eggsia. Eggsia's not going to be super happy. He was leading this race and now has damage on that front right end plate.
Yeah, like I say, some of these guys with different mentalities, different ideas.
Facetis is going into the pits.
Facetis is going in too, so he's got damage as well. So that's going to bring SF1 Rhodes up into second place. And he's on 2-lap-old softs. If he really, really works at it, conserves his tires, he could be there at the end and pass Whiffy. This is going to be exciting. Me as a McLaren fan, I'm very excited right now.
Good, here it is. You got Phantom at the back of the pack, and his car is AI. Not to worry about getting past him. But yeah, 9/10 between Whiffy Winner and SF1 Rhodes right now.
And Facetis just came out in front of Slingshot for 5th.
He's going to be on Sauce as well, so he's going to have a lot of pace.
You know what would make this really, really, really entertaining? I mean, it's already been really, 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 really entertaining. But safety car question mark?
Yeah, I never hold my breath for a safety car in the Codemasters F1 game.
Look at this Whiffy
nice,
Winner losing time to SF1 Rhodes like Whiffy is standing still. SF1 Rhodes has made up 6/10 on him that lap alone, and we're not even 3/4 of the way through. SF1 Rhodes is really putting those soft tires to the pavement, really stepping on that loud pedal. He wants it.
He's definitely making a push here. He's 4/10 behind. So he's
and look at his ERS. Look at his ERS. He hasn't used any. None at all. So as soon as this straightaway right here, he needs to turn that thing up to 5, get a run, get all the way into 5th gear, and then turn it back up to turn it down to number 4, and run around with you and get as much distance.
He's not really making a push here, though. He's still running no ERS.
Oh, come on. You've got to get
I
by
think he's
him.
just gotta be, I mean, he's got to know that he's going to be able to get past him pretty comfortably. He's about 5/10 ahead now, so he was closer before. But he's got to feel pretty comfortable he's going to be able to get past him. He's going to have a lot more grip through these S's, nice and smooth through there, and he has gained a little bit of time there. He's going to want to make the push. You get Phantom with a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. We'll see how he's going to come out here again. Beginning of Sector 2, 5/10 between Whiffy, Winner, and Rhodes. If I'm Rhodes, I'm going to make the push right now. I'm going to put it into overtake and really try to go for it here on this back straight. And he is not going to, oh, he's putting it in medium. He's not going to put it into overtake. DRS open. He's really not pushing all that hard. He might be trying to save those softs a little bit.
Well, see, one thing that he needs to do right now is you see him peeking to the inside, just kind of letting that Haas know, hey, I'm there. You better get ready because we're about to have some fun. You know, you need to try to get close to the car in front of you if you want to make a pass here down the back straightaway. If you want to make the pass on the front straightaway, you have to get close on the back straightaway so that way you can stay as close as you can through this final sector. So that way when you get to the front straightaway, you can turn it all the way up and have a good run down into turn 1. Or up into turn 1, excuse me.
And it's interesting, you know, what SF1 Rhodes is doing behind Whiffy. Not using that DRS, not trying to get the pass done. He's about 5/10 behind. He's not really gaining any time lap to lap. Puts it in low going up the hill and then back down into, you know, turning it off. So really interesting to see how he's, or what he's, you know, doing to manage his DRS right now.
Yeah, he's managing
couple
the
other
ERS,
battles on
but
track.
the thing is he's managing the tires just as well because these are softs. We both know how they fall off here at COTA. It might come back to bite him.
He's doing a pretty good job with the temperatures. It looks like the front's getting pretty hot there. Okay job here, but not making the push. He's in low and turning it down to off.
We got a battle
Like
starting.
we have henchmen in the pit.
We got a battle
Exia,
starting for 6.
Jules, very
Exia is
close.
all over the back of Jules. Jules is coming up onto the back of Slingshot. Slingshot, a very respectable driver. We'll have to see if down the back straightaway he's going to want to fight for it. And Jules has Exia literally almost pushing his gearbox through that turn.
Oh, well, heavy on the brakes there. My goodness, the Toro Rosso on the back of that racing point approach very, very quickly.
Gonna have to see what they do here.
Softs for Exia. Should be able to get past maybe Jules, I would think.
Jules
DRS
makes
for
the
Rhodes is going to
move.
get slingshot, but now
We're
he's going to
gonna
go for it
go
on
free
Jules.
wide.
Almost.
Oh,
Oh, very,
Jules,
very
the late
defensive
move.
there from Jules. Wow. And Exia had to back out of it. Jules really cut across the track there aggressively.
Slingshot being the respectful driver he is, he knew those two were faster than him. They were on a faster tire than he is right now. He just stayed over there, let them both go to the inside and have their way. Good on him to be the respectful driver that he is. Meanwhile,
23 of 28, not too much left to go here at COTA.
yeah, agreed. Meanwhile, SF1 Rhodes is still behind Whiffy. I'm really hoping as a McLaren fan that he's been saving these tires and he's going to push hard in the last 3 to 4 laps because he's really going to have to start doing something here. Whiffy's been saving up his ERS. He's got about 57% of ERS saved up. He is using it though, whereas SF1 Rhodes is barely even tapped into his reserve.
And I don't understand that. He's pretty close behind him, but he's in low down this main straight. He's got DRS. He's just kind of holding position there behind him. I don't know what his exact strategy is right now.
I don't know. To me, my strategy to whatever, he may be trying to hold on till the very end. He knows that Mitch
Goes to
behind him
Cetus on
has
Earthquake. Cetus is going to get the move done up into P4.
Exit just past
has
Jules
also
in
gotten
that
past
same
Jules,
spot
yeah.
we were talking about earlier.
But
Jules
look
making
at
another
Jules,
run.
even without the DRS, he's pushing so hard on the inside. He's not going to go as defensive as he did in the previous lap. On the brakes, Exia is going to have to try to maybe go for a switchback maneuver. Jules got past him without DRS. He was, move up the inside there.
Push
A little bit
Jules
deep
off.
into there. Exia giving Jules no love. Probably a little bit of payback for that move earlier down the back straight. Exia is up into P6. If I'm Exia, I've got to be driving pretty annoyed. I've got to be upset. Having had damage from the Renault, he was leading this race. He was doing a really good job. Now down in P6. But it's Girthquake up into P5 right now. SF1 Roads losing more and more time to Whiffy each lap.
Now it seems like Jules may actually have an issue. He fell off a lot. He lost almost a second and a half to Exia just in Sector 3 with that one pass. So going to be interesting to see if whether or not the mediums hold on and Jules catches up as possibly Exia's softs fall off.
I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what they're going for strategy-wise here.
I'm not sure what SF1 Rhodes is doing. He came out on the softs knowing
and
that
now
Whiffy
he's pushing.
was,
He's a second down, and now he's
push.
pushing.
To me, he should have pushed sooner. He should have used those softs to get by Whiffy in the very beginning and run away from him. I think the strategy, the clean air is so beautiful here compared to running behind another car. But on top of that, you're leaving a lot to chance. You know, to chance it in the last few laps is not something as a driver that I ever like to do, because you never know what's going to happen in those last few laps. Go for it now rather than have to go for it at the very end.
And I think you said it. There's something to be said about worrying about how these softs fall off. And, you know, us having both done races here, it is aggressive. And he's gaining time now. He's kind of making a little bit more of a push than he was. But still, you know, is it too little too late? He's got about 4 laps left here. He's turning it down. He's managing really well. But Whiffy Winner is still completely out in P1 right now. We're going to see if SF1 Roads can reel him in.
And SF1, now that he's back to within 7/10 of a second, now 6/10 of a second, now almost 5/10 of a second, he has gone to 0 on his ERS deployment again. I'm not tracking what he's doing here. To me, he really needs to push right now. Right now, turn it up to 5 and make a fast run going down into this left-hander, and then turn it up to 4, open that DRS flap, and get a run and pass.
He's got to go for it right
He's
here.
got to go for it now. If he doesn't, I don't understand what he's doing.
Medium, I don't understand. He's
turning it down.
And then
He's turning it down.
Maybe he knows something that we don't, but man, he's throwing me off here as a commentator right now on lap 25.
I'm about to start calling this kid Lightning McQueen. No tires, just gas. I don't know what he's doing right now.
that was a good one. That was funny.
Somebody get this
5/10 behind.
Somebody get this kid a Guido to teach him that he needs to go right now.
Oh man. So he's very close now. He's 3/10 behind.
Turn it up and go, please. I want to see you two battle already.
And I think, you know, there's something to be said with the softs, that rear management. He's not going to be eating up the rears by keeping that ERS very low. We've got 3 full laps left to go here. He's got some time. He seems to have plenty of grip. His temps look good. I mean, he's doing a good job managing. He's clear of Mitch behind him, so we're just going to have to see how this plays out. Everyone else in the field has spaced out a pretty decent amount. Going through the SS, he should have a fair amount more grip. Whiffy Winner's been on those mediums for 17 laps.
Yeah, no matter how this race pans out, whether Whiffy is our winner or if he finishes in second behind SF1 Rhodes, I mean, just to take those tires that long, I know how hard it is to do that, you know, to start on a different strategy than what you think you should run and what you think everybody else might run. It's hard on a driver. It plays with your mind the entire race. But, you know, to take the tires, what will be 19... it'll be 20 laps that he will have spent on those tires when he crosses the finish line. That in itself is an achievement. So, no matter what, good on you.
Going through here, 7/10 between SF1 Rhodes and Whiffy Winner, now about 6/10. Not really pushing, keeping it in low, now in medium for SF1 Rhodes. He's gaining time. You can see, I feel like we're starting to see now the difference between those tires. I know Whiffy Winner's going to want to hold on to this one, but he's still got some time left to go here. As he's going to cross the line, going through this final corner.
Rhodes.
DRS and McLaren behind. We've got 2 full laps remaining here.
Rhodes, you have 2 laps. Oh my God.
Push now. This is
He's
James.
got to
Push
go
now.
for it.
Push now.
He has to go for it right now. XJ picked up a 3-second time penalty. He's 4/10 behind. He's closer than he has been. He's feeling good on those tires. He's got it up into medium. This is the time.
This is the time. This is the place. You have to go for it. A lap and a half to go here at COTA. You've got to turn that thing up. You've got enough ERS. Turn her up into DRS deployment number 3 and let her bump.
He could go for glory runs. His fuel light's not on. Put it in ridge. Put it in hot lap. Go for qualifying paced laps.
Yeah, and neither is Whiffy Winner. Whiffy's
no, now he's going for an overtake.
He is going for it now. And Blue Flag
but
just made a pass on
he's 8/10 behind.
Oh, they're side by side coming out of turn 1. Blue Flag on the right-hand side of the track. Looks like he's going to get it there right now.
Oh, contact there between Methods and Blue Flag.
Yeah, these two are not happy at all with how their races turned out. Feel bad for both of them. They both had a great idea coming into it, but it looks like Blue Flag's going to secure that position. So now we're back up to the front.
How the penalties come up. But let's look at Exia and Girthquake. Girthquake just holds him off into P5. He got up into P. He's nipped and pushed Exia back down into P6. They're at the exit of the last straightaway going through this tight Sector 3.
Girthquake's on a lot older tires.
He is indeed. So now Exia's going to want to make a push here.
He's making a push. He's 5/10
behind. This is the final lap.
He turned it off.
He's confusing me. He's got 94%. Put it in hot lap for the whole
lap.
Put
it, go to high right now. Put it DRS deployment number 3 for the rest of this lap unless you're on the straightaways. Once you get above 5th gear on the straight, go to DRS deployment mode 4. Go to overtake. Get that run. Get that win.
Oh, up the inside. Little contact there between Girthquake and Exia. Exia goes around the outside and kind of spins not Girthquake, not a squeeze per se, but keeps him
He's going for it.
Back up into P5.
Into 4. He's turned it back down. He's looking for good traction on exit. Go to 5, buddy. Get that run and go for it. You're within 5/10.
He's 5/10 behind. He's close. He's got DRS, but he's not. Maybe he's close, but he's not. He could have been so much closer. He's approaching very, very quickly now, but Whiffy's going to have plenty of time to move in the defensive move. He's going to hold his line. I don't know if I don't know what he's doing.
He needs to go into overtake and go for it right now. Don't ride here. If you have an issue, even if you almost half spin, you've still got enough room behind you. Put it into hot lap and go for it.
I don't know. I mean, you looked at the time penalties. I think unless he knows Whiffy Winner has time penalties and Rhodes doesn't have any.
I believe Whiffy
I don't think he's not.
Let me look.
Does Rhodes?
I don't know. Let me look.
We're about to find out here when the final 2 laps. SF Rhodes isn't going to go for it. He puts in an overtake at the very end of the race, but Whiffy Winner right there being pushed almost by the gearbox is going to cross the line, P1, and SF Rhodes does indeed get the win with the penalty. He didn't need to push. It's Rhodes who gets the race win here in COTA. Mitch gets P3, Facetas P4. It was a battle right there at the very end. Holy cow, extremely close between the Renault and the Alpha. So there's the P5 crossing for the Toro Rosso. Not where he wanted to finish, but a good job recovering a yellow in Sector 3. A couple of drivers, let's see what's going on there. Not really sure. It looks like Phantom's AI or his car is stopped on the finish straight. Slingshot crosses P8, Girthquake P7.
AI
Blue
ran
flag.
out of fuel while trying to warm its tires? Question mark. What is he doing?
Phenomenal. And it's going to be Blue Flag P9, Methods P10. We wait for Henchman and Tazonic to come across the line. But man, what a race there. SF Rhodes not needing to push that hard. He started the race P12 and came back to win it. Whiffy Winner started P4. Finishes P2 and Mitch qualifies P3. He finishes P3 as Sonic crossed the line.
Yeah, what did I tell you at the beginning of this race? Alternate strategy can win almost anywhere, but here's one of those tracks where you can really make the alternate strategy work. Really, really good to see a McLaren, for me as a McLaren fan, up on top of the podium and with the #1 sign in front of the front wing. Congratulations to SF1 Rhodes. That was a well-driven race, very disciplined race.
Got to go from P11 up to P1. He's got to get my vote for driver of the day. Do I wish he kind of went for it a little bit more? Maybe he kind of gave a battle to the Haas. Would it have been for anything? Probably not, but he drove a very clean, a very technical race. Gets the race win at COTA. So SF1 Rhodes on the top step of that podium.
here at Split 2. 13 drivers, but no shortment of excitement. And SF1 Rhodes is the only driver to not have a time penalty. Wiffy Winner had 6 seconds.
Yes, time
So,
penalties are a
SF1 Rhodes,
huge key factor at this track. It's one of those tracks where the penultimate turn is the biggest one that can get you. You want to carry so much speed into that when you exit it, you don't have enough turn out. And you go flying over that exit curve, automatic 3-second time penalty, no questions asked.
Yeah, it is a tough one. But, SF1 Rhodes gets the job done. Wiffy Winner P2, as we said, and Mitch rounds out the podium with a P3. Exia, your pole setter, drops down to P5. Earthquake started at P11 up to P7. And Blue Flag was on P2, drops down to P9. So not the race that these guys wanted, but a very entertaining race nonetheless.
It wouldn't be
anything less from Split 2.
Yeah, it wouldn't. I was about to say, it wouldn't be BRL F1 Split 2 if it wasn't an unexpected outcome.
Absolutely. So, all right, let's get these drivers in here for some podium interviews. That's F1 Rhodes. Wiffy Winner. All right, just wait for these drivers to get in the party here. That's Rhodes now in the party. I believe we're just waiting on on one more. Just waiting on the Haas of Wiffy Winner. Get these started. Make sure for our 2 other drivers that have joined that you tick the box. Make sure that you include that commentary. We do now have Wiffy Winner in the party. So like I just said, make sure you tick the box so that we can hear you.
Yes, because we
Got all our
have
podium drivers
questions.
Alderfer, if you want to kick it off, go for it.
Well, I'd like to start with P3 and work out to P1 today. Mitch, good drive today. You had a lot of issues going on with other drivers. We saw some contact here and there. We also really saw you struggling with rear grip. Talk us through how the beginning of the race was tire-wise versus, halfway through into the latter part of your first stint.
Oh, I mean, starting on softs, and I knew that I was going to have to go to mediums. I didn't think I was going to tear through the softs quite as quick as I did, but I knew that if I was able to just hold on to those mediums in that second stint, that I'd be able to hopefully put up a little bit of a fight there towards the end. But then, Wiffy Winner, he just had more pace than I did coming out on those mediums. I was hoping to hold him off a little bit longer so that we would get some time built in my favor, but it didn't work out that way. He got a good pass on me and everything, but I was at that point I was just trying to hold off McFacitas because I think he did the 2 stops, so he was out on them softs, but I know that he had been battling pretty hard with a few of the other people, so I wasn't going to just let him by.
Yeah, what was it like in the second stint? We were watching, and we saw you come out of pit lane, and then we saw you starting to kind of lose time to the drivers that were behind you, and it seemed like an entire train of cars just rolled up behind you. Just walk us through how you prepared as they were catching up to you to keep them behind you and to continue the race to wind up P3.
I just wanted to try and save up as much ERS and fuel as much as possible, so that whenever they did make their way up to me, I was able to hold my own as much as possible on the straights. Because with whenever you have 2 or more cars behind you just making their way to you, they're just going to have DRS back and forth, and so they're going to just be quicker than you are. If their pace is the same, them having DRS, they're going to catch you eventually. So. My goal was just to save up enough ERS to where I could try and fight for position once they did make their way up to me, and then I could use some of the DRS.
Just got a copier machine in the background.
sounds like someone's being abducted by an alien.
Looks like
actually.
Whiffy.
Yeah. Has ascended.
Yep, it was Whiffy. Well, Mitch, I appreciate it, man. Great race today. You had your issues, but still a podium, something to be happy with. So congratulations on the podium. P3, can't wait to see what you got in store for us next week.
Moving on to, I don't know if Whiffy's mic situation has been sorted. Let's see here. Make sure we're going to be good.
Is your microphone working down there, Whiffy? Gonna take that as a no.
It says he can hear but not talk, and he needs to join the party. So let me see here. Party should be open, but I'll make sure.
Whiffy is in the party currently. Perhaps he needs.
He needs to use his phone, like the controller.
Yeah.
But while we wait, I want to go ahead and ask questions for SF on Roads. Our race winner, obviously you're in the middle of the race, you're not able to hear the stream or anything like that, but we were kind of losing our minds seeing you not push on the back straight with almost 100% charge. What was your thought process at the end of that race?
The first comment, where's Deer? I need a comment for him. Deer Hunter. No comment to you, buddy. No, Jeff was on my radio screaming about everybody having a time penalty, so I thought I would just pretty much keep it clean as best as I could. Being on that soft compound, they're going to go off a lot quicker than the guys on the medium, so I decided to kind of tuck in and just run the race as comfortable as I could towards the last stint.
So did you know that Whiffy in front of you had those time penalties?
Yeah, I knew that he had 6, and I knew that Mitch behind me had 9. And I saw Mitch catching us towards the pit, and I was thinking to myself, if Mitch caught me, I was just gonna let him pass. That way, if he wanted to battle Whiffy, I wasn't gonna get in the way of that, to be honest. I mean, I don't find myself up here very often, so I wasn't gonna, make a stupid move.
Do anything to jeopardize it?
Yeah, exactly.
We were losing our. I mean, like I said, it's tough because we can't check the time situation, the time penalty. But we're seeing it. We're like, go, like push, like go now. This is the chance. But
oh, I wanted to. Trust me, I did. I wanted to, but I was like, this might be my one and only chance to get a victory this season, so I'm just gonna take it easy.
No, and it clearly worked out for you, man. You drove a really, really clean race. I mean, just the whole time, and it's funny. It's what's almost more impressive than getting that race win is finishing a race here at COTA with no time penalties. But a very clean.
Love this track. I love this track, actually.
Well, you're one of the
I hate
few,
it,
fella.
Like real life, like the bumps in this real life F1 was terrible, but on this game, I actually like it.
I think it's one of my favorite tracks. So no, but a very good race there for you. Congratulations on the race win. Awesome to see a new driver on the top step of the podium.
Yeah,
cheers,
bro,
guys. Thank you.
Congratulations, man. Great drive. As a former McLaren driver, I was screaming for you the entire race to go. I wanted to see a McLaren up on the podium. I didn't know if I'd get to see one on the top step today. But, man, I mean, just like Adam said, during the last few laps of that race, I was livid. I was like, what is he doing? And then it didn't even occur to us until the last lap to see if Whiffy had time penalties, and just as y'all were coming through the penultimate corner, I screamed it out. Whiffy has a 3-second. I can see a 3-second, and I can't see any on roads. It's roads. And then boom, y'all both crossed the line. Man, what a drive! I mean, just the amount of discipline to be able to take the tires out as long as you did, and then just stick behind a car, knowing that they have a time penalty. Man, congratulations! Great drive.
I mean, I will say I got really lucky with lap 1, whatever happened in the S's. I kind of just skated right through, like real smooth and really slow, but I got through it.
Well, that's all
I
that
think,
really matters, man. That you saw what was happening in front of you, you made it through cleanly, and then you were there at the end. That's all that matters, man. Great race.
Thank you, guys.
Do we have Whiffy winner in the party? Are we?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, we
Oh
can.
shit! Okay, as long as I hold my controller in this exact position for the interview, we're good.
All right, man. Well, we're glad to have you here. You know, a P2 there for you. How was that race for you? What was that process like? Worrying about SF1 roads behind you.
Actually, to be honest, I wasn't like I was just going. I got new pedals, and I haven't been good with them in F1.
Oh, okay.
And I got the T3 PA Pros, and I haven't been good yet, like lately in F1. So when I got in the lead, it was kind of just don't crash. And then I got a couple penalties, and I'm like, oh damn. And then I just kind of went at it thinking, you know what, if I can hold it off and at least win on track, that'd be cool. But it was just kind of like once Rhodes was on me, I kind of almost thought he was playing that game. Like as you guys just mentioned, like the first couple laps, I'm like, I'm holding him off well. And then I'm like, I kind of think he's actually just sitting back. Like, I don't think he's pushing the subject too far because he knew right away that I had time penalties, and that was that. Like, all he had to do was sit there. Because there was a couple times, especially the last lap when we came out of the corner, he like rolled right up on me like I was standing still. So the grip that he had in his tires was still like he had much more pace left than what I ever had. My tires were done, completely done. Complete.
Even with that, though, I mean, okay, you took mediums 20 laps here in COTA. That's an extremely impressive feat. You know, you finished up P2 on the podium. It was a great drive from you. The start was wild. You absolutely rocketed up the hill into turn 1. So it was a very fun race to watch, and I'm stoked for you to get on the podium. Stoked for you to get that P2.
Cheers, thanks guys. Yeah, it was the first corner was kind of sketchy. I do want to apologize. I think I hit blue flag. I don't like it didn't show it on my
Y'all
screen. But I do
two
think
on
I
our
touched
screen
them.
barely made contact in the stream because
Okay.
I'm not gonna
Because it
lie.
came
As
up-
soon as I saw you move over, I was like, "Oh, this is not gonna turn out well." But then y'all braked it at just the right time. Y'all barely touched each other on stream, so I don't think you really have to worry about that too much.
And I look back.
Oh,
And
Mike's
his
kind of
mic
cutting in and
died.
out there.
Mike died.
So.
Well, I think that's
Oh, there he is. Now he's back.
Oh,
Are you there, Whiffy?
kind of. How's that? No.
Yep.
There you
That's
go.
good.
Yeah. Don't move the controller.
That's tricky. That's tricky.
Well, hey, man, look, for me, congratulations on a great drive. I was talking about the alternate strategy and just trying to pace tires out throughout a race, man, and you pulled it off. To take
Awesome.
mediums here for 20 laps is just an achievement in itself. I know that you would have loved to have had the win, but, man, just a confidence booster of holding down P2 and crossing the line with 20-lap-old mediums at COTA in itself should just be an achievement and a trophy on your wall. So congratulations on a great drive, bud.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
So I think that does indeed wrap up the podium interview. So thank you to everybody for tuning in to Split 2 on this wonderful Monday night. One of my favorite days. One of the things I look forward to every single week. So make sure that you tune in this Friday to BRL Split 1 in Brazil. Hopefully it's half as exciting as the real life race was. But we're going to take to the track there in Sao Paulo and see how it's going to go. Monday as well next week for Brazil Split 2. Give a shout out to all of our affiliates. Gamer Grind Coffee Co. They make some excellent coffee products. So if you're looking for anything like that, use our link. Check out our Twitch. Support these guys. We've got Gamer Grind, Vertigear. They make really awesome products as well. And then I'm kind of blanking.
And don't forget
Right
to
there.
ask your local BRL members about our new clothing line.
Get some merch. Support the league. Show your support with a t-shirt, some stickers, or a hoodie. Anything like that. So, but no, please make sure go to our Twitch, check out all of our affiliates. You know, they do a really good job in making sure that we can bring you the best possible content. So, thank you everybody again for tuning in. We will catch you very soon, and y'all have a good night.